What will it take? In 1876, the first institution for persons with cognitive challenges opened in Orillia, Ontario. From 1973 to its closure in 2009, we knew it as the Huronia Regional Centre. Population peaked in 1968 with 2,949 residents. The facility should only house 1,400 people. Some residents slept on the floor. Some slept year-round on unheated verandas. Some were used as a source of unpaid labor. Many died. The building still stands today as a source of trauma for many people. Survivors have recently come out about the horrors they lived inside those walls. The grounds of the former Huronia institution include both unmarked and numbered graves. We stand silent. New Brunswick was one of the first three provinces, along with British Columbia and Ontario, to pass legislation that gave the provincial government the authority to build institutions for people with intellectual disabilities. The Dr. William F. Roberts Hospital School in St. John, New Brunswick closed its doors in 1985. In 1990s, two former employees pled guilty to 14 counts of sexual abuse towards residents. There was very little outcry over this. According to Stats Canada in 2018, persons with mental health related disabilities were 3 times more likely than those without disabilities to report that they've been physically or sexually assaulted in the previous 12 months. Almost 7 in 10 persons with mental health related disabilities have been physically or sexually assaulted at least once since age 15. Why are survivors not chanting "Me Too"? And would you listen if they did? Alberta sterilized over 2,800 people with mental health and physical disabilities until the law from 1929 until the law was repealed in 1972. And in the US, only 2 states have banned forced sterilization. We do not know how many people with disabilities have been forcibly sterilized in the states that still have laws that will actually allow this. Why are we not speaking for them? Celebrities and public figures who have made fun of or have been patronizing towards people with disabilities. George Takei, Kylie Jenner, Kathie Lee Gifford, Kim Kardashian, Lizzo, Beyonce, Cardi B, and Donald J. Trump. None of these people were canceled, while others have been for so much less. Why are we not protesting for those who have been mocked? In New Brunswick and in most provinces across Canada, people with disabilities still live way below the poverty line while they await the passing of the Canadian Disability Benefit. In this province, where most apartments are well over $1,000 per month for one bedroom, people with disabilities are forced to live on $860 maximum per month. Two years ago, Premier Blaine Higgs admitted to the NBCPD during one of their live coffee chats that he doesn't know how people with disabilities can live on so little. We had one member last month. I want you to understand how bad this is, who did up her budget. She lives in a house, a rooming style house where her food is included. After she pays her rent and she pays her phone, because I'm sorry, a cell phone is vital for a person with a disability. You need that for safety. You need that communication. And her bare necessity, she has $20 a month, and that has to pay for transit and everything. How, please explain, how are we supposed to live on $20 a month? That's what's extra. And, she goes out to look for jobs. No one wants to hire her because of her disability, but she's capable of working. She's worked before, but there's this fear of the unknown. How do you live on $20 a month?
I don't know how you live on
No.
$20 a month.
We had one member and yet crickets. He does nothing. In November of 2022, the New Brunswick provincial government finally introduced legislative amendments to the Employment Standards Act to eliminate situations in which people living with a disability receive less than minimum wage for doing work comparable to that completed by others. Until then, some employees with disabilities were working 30-hour weeks for $20. Until 2022. Let that sink in. We ask you, what is it going to take for us to speak out? For others to speak out for us, to protest for us, to see us, to hashtag us. Hashtag join NBCPD. The New Brunswick Coalition of Persons with Disabilities. See what one voice can do. Découvrez ce qu'une seule voix peut accomplir. La Coalition des personnes handicapées du Nouveau-Brunswick. www.nbcpd.org. A production of NBCPD. Sum of resources used: Truth of Institutionalization.ca, cbc.ca, inclusioncanada.ca, cic.arts.ubc.ca, the Eve Decision 1986, and a special nod to the site remembereveryname.ca.